In today's video, I'm visiting one of my favorite places. An insane desert canyon fishery full of wild trout. Every spring I make my way here to spend time in this unique landscape full of spiny cactus, cold-blooded lizards, and stately cottonwood trees, set against backdrops of rugged rock. For the past 3 years now, I've come back to revisit these sights and sounds that have ingrained themselves in my mind. It feels a lot like visiting old friends. I'll make some new friends this time too, though. For one, this brand new Orvis fly rod. I'll make some enemies as well, of gravity and of wind, but I'll save that story for later. That is, after all, how all of this ends. But let's not get into that just yet. There's too much here to enjoy today first. Welcome back to another Flicky Flies film. There's a bit of fog around the distant peaks. It's good. It feels like this place could use it. As I hike towards my destination, the rising sun lights up crystalline dewdrops among the grass and early wildflowers. It's crazy how beautiful the little details in nature can be. As a nature photographer turned YouTube fisherman, I always try to soak that beauty in and capture it and share it with you guys. The hike to the creek isn't long, maybe a mile or so. And before I know it, the sound of moving water slowly begins to reach my eardrums. I am beyond excited for what today might hold. On the Flicky Flies channel, I fish the most beautiful places I can find, with both tenkara and traditional fly rods. If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll subscribe, click the bell, and join me on this journey. So we're starting the day off here with just a single dry fly. I want to see if these fish will rise and eat something off the surface before I just automatically go to a dry dropper. So I think it'd be pretty awesome if they would. It's an absolutely beautiful creek here. One of my favorites. It's kind of a spring tradition of mine to come visit this place. Early May, leaves are just popping off, starting to get warm before snowmelt really gets into full force. It's just a beautiful place. So I think I'll fish with this big guy for a little bit here, and then I might try a smaller dry. And if they're not hitting the smaller dry, then maybe we'll move on to some other options. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, dang, popped off, no. He kind of surprised me. I didn't really set the hook as hard as I should have. Right in this foam whirlpool here. Okay, I mean, that means we got the potential to catch fish on this big hopper at least. And that is pretty cool. All right, well, that was exciting. Let's move on up to the next pool. And yeah, I mean, we had an eat on this, so I'm gonna stick with this particular fly for a little bit longer. Try some new water. All right, well, turns out the next hole is a pretty big one, created by some beavers. You'd think there'd be some trout hanging out up above this. Man, this Orvis Superfine Graphite, the 4-weight 711 is insane. I am new to fly fishing. You know, I come from Tenkara, as anyone that's watched this channel knows. And this rod, I mean, I suck at fly fishing. You know, I this is like one of my first times out, really. And this rod honestly makes me feel like I know how to cast. You can be the judge. You know, I'm sure there's massive amounts of improvement that can be made, but dude, I can cast this thing out. I feel in control. It feels so good. It's got like a relatively slow casting stroke, but you can feel that there's quite a lot of backbone in there. And man, it feels good. It feels really good. This makes me really excited for my journey to, you know, learn more about fly fishing on a rod and reel. Yeah, I'm just excited for what the future holds. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I don't think the future holds trout. Yeah, we'll reel in and go find some faster water. That's kind of what I prefer fishing anyways, so we'll see you at the next hole. All right, this is the first really, really good hole here. I know this hole holds fish. This is gonna be kind of a big make or break moment here as far as if I can get hooked up or not. All right, let's try something else out. I think I'm gonna put a small dropper on there, see if we can pick up some fish subsurface. All right, the water's a little bit high, so I threw on a size 12 with a big 3.8 millimeter bead, pink tungsten bead. Honestly, it might be a little heavy, but I kind of wanted something that's gonna get down quick and potentially catch the fish's attention. So that's what we're up to now. We'll try this guy out. See if this grasshopper can hold it up or not. Oh, that might have been a bite right there, actually. Oh, I think I just saw a fish rise up in the water column there. Oh, and then hooked one as I was retrieving to make another cast. I don't know if that was the same fish or a different one. Make some more passes through here. There we go. First fish. Got him on that sexy waltz worm. Ah, popped off. Kind of suspected that. It was a really ugly hook set. I think by far line management is kind of the hardest thing for me to pick up here. You know, I know I'll figure it out eventually here, but it's tough. It's tough kind of managing all this stuff. Oh my God, that brown just came up and ate that dry. That's too bad. He didn't quite commit to it actually. Right below it, within an inch. Well, I've had a couple opportunities. Definitely riding the struggle bus right now. Definitely still learning. Having fun, but that actual the final piece of the puzzle, you know, connecting to that fish and kind of keeping him on the line is so far eluding me. Let's change things up yet again. I'm gonna throw a little jig streamer on here. Size 10 with a tungsten bead. Also a 3.8 millimeter bead. And I'm just gonna kind of dredge that through the bottom, give it a little action, and see if I can get some reaction strikes. I'm sure there's a few more fish down here at least that could be willing to bite. So I'll switch that up and we'll give it a shot. It looks good in the water. I'd eat it. I think these fish might be a little fed up with me. I think I'll definitely keep this on, even if we don't hook into another fish down here, and probably try this in the next hole. I mean, it just looks too enticing. It's easy to fish. I'm definitely feeling it. Hopefully a fish will soon. I mean, if you're not even getting a chase or a reaction strike, running a streamer through a pool like this, I hate to say it, but it might be time to potentially switch back to a dry dropper setup. Oh, as I hook into a fish. All right. Once again, that line management is the toughest part for me, but we got him under control now. And looks like this is going to be our first fish, a very pretty little rainbow. Heck yeah. All right, well, shoot. Spoke just a little too soon about trying to switch back to that dry dropper. So I guess we're going to let the fish dictate our choices here, and we'll keep playing with this streamer for a little bit at least. Oh, there was another hit. That was 100% another hit there. I think I did all right on the hook set on that one. I was just probably a little dink, and I just hit it real quick and got out of there. A little reaction strike. It's kind of cool. This rod has really handled everything I've thrown at it. Again, with that caveat that, you know, I'm not the best, but I can tell, you know, it can cast that dry fly with a lot of accuracy and delicacy, and it feels really nice. Still feels pretty powerful to be able to punch it out there. But now, you know, I've switched over to this bigger jig streamer with the 3.8 millimeter tungsten bead, so it's relatively heavy. It's not a huge streamer, but you know, it's got a little bit of heft behind it, and it casts this around with authority as well. That's pretty sweet. Very, very versatile. Oh my God, broke off. That was a decent fish. Right up at the head. Don't know how I managed that one. Damn. All right, back to the dry dropper we go. Got that same dry fly on and a little size 18 black waltz worm. I think that's a little bit more appropriately sized for this water and just as a dropper in general. This is one of my ultimate confidence flies. Catches fish everywhere. So, it's gonna catch fish here, right? I guess as long as I didn't scare them all into hiding. It would definitely be cool if I could get a little more action on the dry fly. Maybe as the day keeps heating up here, maybe I'll get lucky. I'm liking these casts. That's where all the little nibbles were coming from, kind of right in the middle of the current, really. This could be good here. Nope. Oh, there it was. Man, they're on quick. You gotta be on it. My goal is kind of working on not having too much slack in my line so that I can set the hook quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I've been struggling a little bit, and I think part of maybe what's happening here is being on a dry dropper, and these fish are a little smaller. You know, they're hitting quick. By the time I see that dry go down, they're kind of long gone. At least that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But I really do think there's something to that. There we go. There we go. All right. Good hook set on that one. I was quick on the draw. I feel good about that. Definitely a little guy, but catching little guys in a place as beautiful as this, no complaints, right? That's what it's all about for me. Another pretty little rainbow. Just awesome. All right, guys, insane looking hole here. Had to bushwhack for a bunch of willows. But we are cliffside on a very, very deep hole. There we go. There we go. Oh no. That was a dry fly eat. I give my hook set like a 4 out of 10 on that one. Weak, slow, terrible. At least I set the hook. Oh man, that's a bummer. That was a nice fish. He was pulling pretty hard there for a second. This is so much fun. Despite the struggles, you know, kind of learning the ropes here, just doing something new feels really good. And man, this rod, it's so cool just to be able to pop it out there with ease. Despite not being able to set the hook very well yet, still learning. The casting feels really enjoyable. That's definitely something you don't get with a tenkara rod. There we go. Nice supple tip, but in a strong base. I'm in love with this rod, guys. This is so much fun. Whoo-wee. God, that feels good. Decent rainbow here. This pool was stacked. Definitely took a minute to get hooked up with one, but we got ourselves a nice rainbow on the end of the line, guys. This is so fun, having such a good day out here. Yeah, that's the biggest of the day right there. And another stunningly colorful fish. Gorgeous rainbow. There we go. Getting a little better with the hook sets there. The key, as I'm sure you all know, is to not freaking let go with your fingers. That's what I keep doing. You know, I keep like setting the hook, and then it's just all loosey-goosey, floppy, and bad. So as soon as I can kind of get my muscle memory a bit more correct, yeah, we're getting them now. Using the Orvis bat and kill reel as well. It's a click pawl reel, so no real drag to speak of, just that click mechanism. But more importantly, it's just a good reel to look at. It's a nice machined reel, and it sounds awesome. Getting breezy. Every time I come here, there's always a very strong afternoon wind that comes in. There we go. I love catching fish right along cliffs like that. That is just so cool. And yeah, it looks like we got ourselves another rainbow. There are browns in here, but apparently not today. There we go. Ah, God, that feels so good. I think we might have our first brown. Yes, indeed. First brown, decent sized fish here. Fishing this beautiful desert oasis for these wonderful wild trout. That is so cool. I really felt like I was starting to get the hang of things. My hook sets were improving, my casts felt decent, and the fish kept coming. But we've seen how the wind has been picking up. And what you don't see right now is a less than perfect tripod placement. I've been filming myself like this in third person for years now without incident. Unfortunately, when it comes to cameras in water, it only takes one mistake, one slight lapse in judgment, for it to all come crashing down. Fish number 2 in this hole. Well, there goes my big camera. I guess we'll catch this fish and get on out of here. It's been a good day of fishing. Not so much a good day for camera gear. That's a huge problem. Huge problem. What an absolute bummer. God. All right, goodbye, my friend. All right, let's get out of here. See you, creek. Well, guys, it is 3 hours later. It's nighttime. I drove home and I did not turn the big camera on the whole way. Immediately when it fell in the water, turned the power switch off, took the battery out. That's my life pro tip for you today. If you're gonna dunk thousands of dollars of camera gear underwater, make sure that when you retrieve it from the water, take the batteries out. That definitely helps. In all seriousness, the camera seems to be working fine, except for one issue, which is that the shutter button now, even when you have to press it, takes a photo. All things considered, I'm happy. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, you know? So I had an awesome day out there today. Glad that my camera is 95% functioning. That was certainly a scare. And I think we can hobble this thing along for another couple years. And hopefully not ever drop it in the water ever again. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy you guys being here, watching my adventures. I really appreciate you. And I'll catch you next time.